Have you ever had one of those brilliant ideas, a project you were so excited about, only to find it months later, half-finished, collecting dust? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. Today we're going to dive deep into the science of why we all struggle to finish what we start, and more importantly, how you can actually rewire your brain for persistence.
This is the question that just haunts Elena, a super talented 32-year-old graphic designer. Her studio apartment, it's more than just a home. It's basically a graveyard of brilliant, unfinished ideas. Seriously, every corner is a monument to a great start that never saw a finish line. So, Elena is caught in what we're calling the persistence problem. It's that frustrating cycle of starting with a huge burst of energy and then hitting a wall. It feels like a personal failure, right? But what if I told you it's actually rooted deep in our brain chemistry?
I mean, just look at this list. A mural that was supposed to be her masterpiece, a novel, an online course. Her life is just full of this incredible potential and these powerful beginnings. The only thing missing is that final, crucial step, the follow-through.
Okay, this slide gets right to the heart of it. Our brains get this massive dopamine rush from a new idea. It's electric, it's exciting, but finishing? Well, that's the grind. That requires pushing through friction, and our brains are basically wired to seek out pleasure and avoid that kind of slog. So one sleepless night, Elena's scrolling through some neuroscience articles, and she has this huge breakthrough. She realizes her problem isn't a lack of willpower at all, it's untrained brain chemistry. So let's look at the key players inside your brain when you're trying to tackle a goal.
First up, you've got the prefrontal cortex. You can think of this as the logical CEO of your brain. This is the part that sets those big, ambitious goals in the first place, like, I'm going to paint an entire masterpiece mural. Then there is the limbic system. This is your emotional engine. It provides that initial rocket fuel of excitement. But, and this is a big but, when things get tough, it's also the part that floods your system with fear and doubt, whispering, this is too hard, let's just quit.
And here is the unsung hero of persistence, the anterior cingulate cortex, or the ACC. Think of it as your brain's own inner coach, or its grit detector. It senses that friction between what you want to do and the actual work involved. A trained ACC is what tells you to push through that discomfort and override that urge to quit.
So here's the absolute best part. This internal wiring isn't fixed. Thanks to this amazing thing called neuroplasticity, your brain is incredibly adaptable. You can actually train it, and that is exactly what Elena decides to do.
So let's get into the practical toolkit Elena develops. She's done with vague resolutions. Instead, she creates this concrete 3-step plan that's based on actual neuroscience to train her brain for persistence.
Her framework is so simple, but it's incredibly powerful. It involves encoding her goal until it's automatic, conditioning herself to handle setbacks, and anchoring her focus with some killer rituals. Let's break down how each one of these works.
Step 1 is goal repetition encoding. Every single morning, no exceptions, she writes down her goal, but she makes sure to anchor it with a real emotion. The science behind this is that daily repetition literally strengthens the neural pathways for that goal, making it feel non-negotiable, kind of like brushing your teeth. Next up is micro-failure conditioning. This is all about building resilience. She commits to doing one small, uncomfortable thing every single day. This slowly desensitizes her limbic system's fear alarm. So instead of seeing a setback as some huge catastrophe, her brain learns to see it as just a stepping stone. It turns fear into fuel. And finally, focus loop anchoring. This is based on a key insight. Willpower is a limited resource, but habits are automatic. So Elena creates this sacred ritual. Every night at 7 p.m., it's the same routine. Dim lights, jasmine incense, a very specific playlist. These cues create a habit loop that tells her brain, hey, it's time for deep work, letting her slide into a flow state without having to drain all her precious willpower.
Okay, so the training is in place. But a controlled practice is one thing. The real world has a nasty habit of throwing curveballs, and a crisis is about to arrive to put Elena's newly rewired brain to the ultimate test.
Mid-month, disaster strikes. A massive deadline at her day job slams right into a family emergency. She is exhausted, she is stressed, and her limbic system is just screaming at her to quit the mural. That urge to retreat into what's easy and comfortable is completely overwhelming.
This is the moment of truth. Will the old, familiar habit of just abandoning the project win out? Or will these new mental muscles she's been building actually hold strong when the pressure's on?
And this is where the magic happens. Her training kicks in almost automatically. She says her goal out loud, connecting with that emotion. She tells herself to make just one brushstroke, a perfect micro-failure, and then she starts her focus ritual. The system she built took over, proving that a strong habit will absolutely carry you when willpower runs out.
By the end of the month, the mural isn't just another unfinished project. No way. It's a testament to her transformation. It's proof that persistence isn't some gift you're born with. It is a skill that you can build.
1. One finished mural, standing complete, bold, and just so powerful in her studio. A symbol of a finish line that wasn't just reached, it was conquered.
You know, her boyfriend Marco's reaction just says it all. He doesn't just see a beautiful painting. He sees a fundamental change in her. This was never just about finishing a project. It was about rewriting her own identity.
And this goes way beyond just being more productive. Real scientific studies show that building the skill of persistence directly boosts your overall life satisfaction and significantly reduces those feelings of regret.
So Elena's journey gives us all a really clear roadmap. Define your goal and connect it to a powerful emotion. Embrace those small daily discomforts to build your resilience. Create a powerful ritual to anchor your focus. And, most importantly, trust in neuroplasticity. Your brain is ready to change.
And so, we'll leave you with this question. Think about that project, that goal, that dream you've left sitting on the shelf. Because the science is clear, persistence isn't something you have, it's something you build. And your masterpiece is waiting.